For a crash diet, and this is why I'm not necessarily a fan of juices. When you lose weight in a short amount of time, your body can only lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. It is what it is. That's just science. And that's not me trying to. That doesn't mean that the scale won't change. But from a fat perspective, and people forget there's a difference between weight loss and fat loss. When we're talking about losing weight, what you're really trying to do is lose fat. And so if I now do a liquid diet without me knowing it, what I'm doing is I'm losing. It's a lot of water weight that I'm losing. One, and then two, I'm actually now losing a lot more muscle. So if I've
Mm.
lost 20 pounds and 15 of it is muscle, that defeats the purpose because now I'm actually in a worse state than I was at the beginning of it. So there's a lot, and going back to the liquid diet, this is why I'm not a fan of the liquid diet. What happens with a lot of people is that they slow down their metabolism. It's working, and working, and I lost weight, and this has been amazing. And I don't understand why anybody would tell me not to do it the other way. Cool, no problem. But then you're going to hit a baseline, and all of a sudden you're going to start gaining weight. And then what you'll do is that you'll start cutting your calories even more, and you'll start exercising even more. And no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, the weight keeps going up, and you're like, what's going on? And it's because now you slow down your metabolism because your body again does not care about your abs. Your body cares about you being able to function and wants to make sure you can live. And if you're not giving it the fuel that it needs to make sure your kidneys are able to function, to make sure your lungs are able to function, you're not setting up for success. So crash diets, they are great in the short term, but they are terrible in the long term. Because typically at the end of it, not only do you gain all the weight that you lost, you usually gained a little bit more, and then now you're not in the best situation or position now because now you have to rebuild the metabolism. And then all the information that is out there when you're talking about diet, it makes one big assumption, and I wish they would put it in all big bright red letters at the beginning. And the assumption is that your metabolism is working at its optimal level. Going to you and your journey, the reason why you were able to do what you did were three things. One, youth, congratulations. Two, you were consistent. You've been doing this since March of last year, for most in terms of a changing your diet. But the other thing that people miss about you is that you have a really great metabolism because you're always feeding your body. You're probably eating 6, 7, 8 times a day. Beautiful. Now you're not gouging anything, but your body is always revved up. And so if I have somebody whose bodies know how to move and know how to metabolize food, it's easy for them to lose weight. But for someone who has only been eating 1,100 calories and I'm drinking 3 shakes a day and then I only have one solid meal, I have one solid meal a week, it messes us up. So there's a lot going on there. It's something that you can see that I'm passionate about because I did I did the same thing where I tried so hard and now understanding how the body works and particularly for women, I have a lot of women coming to me. Usually they are overweight and they undereat. And what I have to do, unfortunately, is they usually have to gain weight before they lose it. And they hate to hear that. And we're strategic in our approach, but they haven't given their body a break. And how often do we encourage people to be a calorie maintenance? How often do we tell them to just eat what your body needs? So, the end. I'm shutting down.